Hello, hello, and looks like 3:02, and so I'm just a couple minutes late, but thanks for joining me here. I have about 22, 24 people are coming in pretty quick now that the stream has started, and welcome. This is Kersey Fabrications. If you haven't been here before, I run a pretty quick stream that lasts forever, meaning I keep it moving, I keep talking. I do my unboxing, but I also like to interact with the chat as much as possible. So first of all, no one's commented yet as to whether my audio is any good. So if you will, let me know in the chat whether the audio is coming in good, if the picture quality is good. It looks like to me that the streaming gods so far are with me, no drop frames. I am seeing good audio levels, so if you would, please let me know. And then we will keep going with the unboxing that we have here today. See who is in the chat. So far I have a Michael Luger. Thanks for joining us. I have a Mark John. Appreciate you joining me and telling me that my link was a little messed up. So all the links should be correctly in the chat now. Hopefully you can hear me. That's what I'm waiting to hear from someone in the chat. We got people coming in still. So we're in no hurry today, but I'm going to keep talking, and hopefully you can let me know if this is all working well today. Who's out there? Who's out there? Obviously, I can't see you if you don't chat. Got about 29 people. People aren't in the chatting mood today. So we got 9 likes on the stream. Maybe we can get a few more likes. If you are hearing the sound of my voice, at least hit that like button and let me know it. It's going to be kind of a different stream today, obviously. Normally I do 3D printing on the channel. I think people are very used to that. Why is my chat not working? Maybe people are chatting and it's not working. Let's find out if that's what's going on. Let me try this real quick. What's going on? What's going on? Let me pop out my chat. Let's see if that works. And I see, oh, there we go. That's what it was. My chat wasn't working properly. So let me see what I've missed out on. I'll blame Google, or excuse me, not Google. YouTube on that one. Sounds good here, all good. Looks like all of my sound got taken care of. And let's see, we've got, Phil's already got a Laser Master 220 watt unit. So that's awesome. That's very similar to what we got here today, just without the upgrades. Chat. Hi, Chris. We can hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much, Andy. I appreciate it. We got non-fam in the chat. We got Thomas. Thomas, thanks for joining us from Sweden as usual. Everybody say hello to everybody that they know in the chats. We like a healthy community around here. So we're doing pretty good. It looks like my chat is working properly now. What else we got going on? So yeah, like I said, people are coming in. We've almost doubled the viewers already. Hey, H. Colorado, good to see you. Matthew Weinberger, good to see you as well. Let's see. I'm going to give people just a couple of more minutes. If you have any quick questions for me as before I get going, I'm going to probably wait at least until 3:10 to get going, because I know people start coming into this as we get going, as people have some time on their schedule, or at least as they thank you very much. Matthew says I nailed the pronunciation. Well, I am partially Jewish myself, so I'm glad I can pronounce a Jewish name. Let's see. Hello from Belgium. How you doing? I'm adding an air assist to mine today. See, Mark John says, I have the Ortur Laser Master 2. Can I upgrade to the Pro version? I doubt it. Mainly because there are a lot of frame differences, so I don't think they're going to do that. Now, some of the parts are going to be available. I know that the new laser, I'm not exactly 100% sure what they've changed between the 2 and the Pro, but it has a new model name, new model number. And I do know you can buy that separately, so that's good. Let's see, Thomas with the spoilers in the chat. So if you haven't seen Loki, I'm going to have to censor Thomas there for the spoilers. Let's see, 8 p.m. where Andy is. It's only 3 p.m. where I'm at. So Let's see. Any other questions before I get going? Any 3D printing questions? Like I said, I want to give people time to get in before I really start hitting this. But we got about 40 people already in. We've got 22 likes. So if you're watching right now, please hit that like button. Let me know that you're paying attention to what I'm saying already. Thank you, Thomas. It's no big deal. Like I said, I was laughing through it. I don't think that that was a major spoiler. In fact, I think that they had something similar to that in one of the trailers. H. Colorado, both of us in Georgia. Yep, I am outside the Atlanta area. So let's talk about what I'm going to be looking at today, and then I will get into more of the details as I usually do. So if you have already seen the title of the stream, you know what I'm going to be taking a look at is the Ortur Laser Master 2 Pro version. I got this directly from Ortur, so there's no money exchanged hands for this. This is the usual, here's a product, let your new users know about it sort of thing. So they sent me the Laser Master 2 Pro. This is the one I was really excited about too. This is fantastic, obviously, the new upgrades and everything, if you've taken a look at it. This is the one I was excited about too. I don't know if we'll get to this one today, but I did want to go ahead and share it with you. Like I said, when I got this in the mail, like the maker in me got really like pumped up. And this is their new Laser Master X Y-axis rotary roller. And check this out on their website. They're running a special with this where they're giving away some of these. I think to the first, first 4 or 5 people that order every day gets one of these for free. Yeah. It says, and I don't know exactly how this works. Please don't ask me the details. I'm obviously just the messenger here. But they're going to be giving away one of these YRR 2.0s for the first 5 orders every day until July 1st. This one made me excited. So if you're not familiar with what this is, I will show it to you in a minute on the screen. But this is where you can actually laser engrave cylindrical objects, or I guess potentially round objects, but that wouldn't work quite as well. So if you are interested in engraving like bottles or glasses, potentially, I don't know. I don't think the laser is going to be powerful enough for that. But if you want to etch things that aluminum, anything that's made of aluminum that you can paint or that is anodized, you can actually use this to do that. I'm looking forward to trying it because I really like the idea of making my own merch here and selling it to you directly for anyone that's interested in 3D printing related or Kersey Fabrications related merch. This sounds like a lot of fun. So I don't know if we'll get to that one today. I doubt it, but I did want to share it with you. I do have one, and I do hopefully we'll get a chance to review it. What does it retail at? So this machine itself, let's start talking about the Ortur. The Ortur Laser Master 2 Pro retails for $399. We'll get into why it's the price it is. From my understanding, that's about $100 more than the previous version, but there's a whole lot of upgrades that go into that $100. And that YRR 2.0 that I was just talking about, that cylindrical engraver, is $67.99. They have free shipping on that cylindrical engraver, and I think the shipping on the Laser Master 2 Pro will vary depending on where you live. Okay, let's see. Yep, they have a new version. Oh, cool. So Andy just says he's looking forward to 4 solid hours of getting his Ender 5 Plus working after a lurch kit arrives on Tuesday. So that's awesome. I like my lurch kit. It is still plugged in back here. So I am still a big fan of mine. Let me bring up one of my apps here. All right, I want to know what's going on. So let's see. Let's get started. So first of all, first things first, I'm going to do what I usually do on this stream, and we're going to take a look on the computer. I'm going to actually bring up the website, and we're going to look at the specs, because that is the easiest way for me to bring a brand new product to you, is just read directly from the website rather than me interpreting it for myself. So let me go ahead. I'm going to do a screen share here. you should still, oh, that's the wrong screen. Let's figure out why it did that. Give me 1 second. The screen share is a little off. I'll fix it real fast. It just has the wrong display selected, and I'm not exactly sure why it will only select that display. I can work with it. It's just not what I usually have to do, so give me a second. Huh. That is very odd. Does not want to work with me on this one. So, yeah, very Inception. I completely agree with you. Let me bring this one over here. I will bring this one over here. And let's see if that works for us. It's going to take a little fiddling, but I think I got it. Definitely not ideal. So let's try screen share again. Is that better? Should be better. Sorry about all the Inception details going on. Let me know if that works for you. And if so, we will continue on. I'm going to take a sip of my beverage. Hopefully everyone's got a beverage in the chat. Whatever your favorite midday or evening. I'm going to need a coaster because I'm in my garage and my drink is already sweating on my board here. But anyway, it looks fine. Thank you, Nate, for your participation. I appreciate it. And let's take a look. So this is our Ortur Laser Master 2 Pro. It says it will go 10,000 millimeters per minute. Per second would be really impressive. But 2,000 millimeters per minute. Notice that this is also a 24 volt unit, where I believe that the previous one was a 12 volt unit. So that's pretty nice. Take a look at the rest of the features here. Obviously, follow along if you've got this web page up on your end. So these are the specs. So we've got about a 400 by 400 millimeter work area. The outer dimensions we're looking at here are 570 millimeters, 600 millimeters, 140 millimeters. As I was saying, they're doing a giveaway that if you purchase, I don't know, again, I don't know how they're doing this, like how you know are you the first 5. Maybe if you click through some of these, there'll be some rules. But anyway, as you'll notice, it says here $399.99, and you might get the free rotary engraver. Notice this one has a lot of things you can purchase for it. The add-ons, you can buy the rotary engraver. We can buy the Z-axis lifting device. They have replacement boards. They have this offline controller if you want to be able to run this without having it hooked up to a computer. Thank you, Non-Fam, for the per minute to... Now, Non-Fam, that was 10,000, not 1,000. So check that out. See if you can adjust. Obviously, that's just a factor of 10. You could technically put this on... Travis is asking, can you have to put something inside, or can you technically put this on top of something? I don't know for sure, because I haven't made it that far with my testing, obviously. But I've heard from other people that you can put this on top of something. So maybe someone in the chat that has the previous one can answer that question a little bit more. So here is the Laser Master 2 Pro. Breakdown of the components. Notice, we won't go through all of this by hand. I do like the offline controller. I think that's a great idea. They have the 5 safety features that they've got on here. So it's the active position protection. So vertical displacement changes, then it will stop. If the laser beam guard is moved while running, then it will stop. If the no movement of the laser module is detected within 10 to 60 seconds, it will stop. It has a flame detector, so if it detects, I heard that it's a UV detection, so if it detects a UV light of some sort, so a flame in this case, it will turn it off. And there's an emergency stop button, which I think with a machine like this, with CNC, those emergency stop buttons are absolutely essential to be able to shut off the machine quickly without potentially hurting yourself doing so. Okay. Notice this one comes, so people ask about what are the upgrades to this versus the non-pro. This one does have a tow line, which I have to say I saw in some of the early versions of this machine that we're making out to reviewers. It did not seem to have that tow line. So that's a nice feature. Otherwise, the wire was just laying across everything. It's fully aluminum framework, has a strong motor, which obviously they probably had to upgrade. Notice they did go to 24 volt, as I said. So that's probably what's getting them to that maximum speed. Again, here's the specs on the main board. It's a 24 volt main board, 32-bit processor on it, 1.5 series firmware, so that's 1.5 series firmware, excuse me. And that supports those faster speeds. And what do they call this? Gear Tur scalability with a 24 volt circuit, 32-bit MCU, laser mater, 2 Pro supports more accessories, which lays the foundation for future hardware upgrades, which I really like. These are the information to the upgraded laser. Primarily, as you see here, they're actually talking about the spot, the focal spot being a lot tighter on this laser, which obviously is going to give you much cleaner prints, and it means you can probably run at lower power on certain materials. So I really like that. Let's see, so again, they call this a 20-watt laser. The 20 watts, as I've learned, is the input wattage of the laser. The actual optical power of the laser, I've seen listed, it is anywhere from 4.5 to 5.5 watts, depending on which piece of documentation you read. So expect anywhere from 4.5 watts to 5.5 watts of power, depending on what you're reading. Obviously, all this means faster engraving versus the regular Laser Master 2. They're saying they're going to get better grayscale engraving, which is fantastic. Again, these are the accessories I was mentioning before. They've got all of their certs, FCC, RoHS, all that good stuff. There is this wonderful table that says what you can engrave on versus what you can cut. So check that out if you have any questions. And I want to go back up here to the top. And, hey, appreciate that, whoever that was. Let me see. Oop, all right, let's see. What else? Yeah, the other part I wanted to check out was they have the specification section, which this also, let me zoom in a little bit for me and you. So you'll notice right here, these are the differences. So if you had questions over what are the differences between the 2 and the Pro, here are your answers. The things in red are the things that they're touting are the big differences. Everything else should be the same. So it is a new main board that is an upgrade from the previous main board. It's new firmware, which is an upgrade. It has the 2 new types of safety features, which are the flame detector and the emergency stop button. And the add-ons, it's got new add-ons available, the control box, which is that offline controller, the Z-axis lifter. Notice the frame materials have moved from aluminum and acrylic to aluminum and powder-coated steel. I don't think anyone's going to complain about a sturdier, more rigid, more durable frame. The engraving area has changed just a little bit. My guess is to handle some of those extra electronics or extra, maybe the drag chain, for example. And it's just a little bit smaller in one direction, but it's now 400 by 400 square. Notice they do have this new second generation laser, which is, they're still saying 4,500 to 5,000 milliwatts. And notice the speed has been greatly improved from 0 to 3,000 to 0 to 10,000. Let's see, and as I mentioned earlier, this has gone from a 12 volt 3 amp machine to a 24 volt 2 amp machine. which, you know, I think us in the 3D printing community understand the value of going to 24 volts because you're going to get a lot more performance out of those stepper motors. All right, I think that's it. Let me go ahead and switch back to the wide shot at least for a moment here. There is one more thing I wanted to show you, but it's going to take me just 2 seconds to bring it up. Let me pull this over here. And okay, I'm going to show you this because I don't want to forget to do this before the end of the stream. So let me bring this up. Let me share this. All right, check that out. So this is really cool. This is something they told me that I could share with you. I don't have any details at all other than this picture. This was like a teaser that they put at the end of the review guide that they sent over. So I'm going to go and show this to you. This is apparently an enclosure that they are working on for this machine. Now, you can ask all the questions. I've got tons of questions about it. I don't know if this is an add-on. I don't know if this is a new machine. My guess is it's an add-on since they're actually pushing this Pro as a upgradable machine. But again, I don't have any details on this. I really hope that this is a nice just add-on. It is small windows, but again, this is a prototype. Obviously, we're not even looking at a real picture of the unit. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this because this would be fantastic. It's going to help with a lot of people's safety concerns because this means that you will be able to order it hopefully as a kit to actually protect yourself and everything else. So again, I wouldn't put a lot of stock into this being a final version, but I will send back your chat information that you think the window shapes are a little odd. But there we go. So back again to here, and let me pull this off of my screen. Oh, that was the wrong button. Back to this screen. There we go. All right. So, all right. So let me see what I want to do next. So first of all, when I announced this on Twitter, at first no problems at all, but starting this morning I started getting a little bit of pushback on a machine like this because it does not come with an enclosure, and a lot of people do feel like, I don't know, some people, some vocal people, feel like this machine should not be sold because it does not have an enclosure. So it would be, I had already planned on doing this anyway, so now's the best place to do it. So obviously an open air laser engraver like this is not recommended. I'm going to throw that out at the very beginning. Having something like this out on a table where people could walk by or potentially look at it while it's doing its job is a dangerous thing. Let's get that out of the way. So if you're putting this anywhere where you are going to have people walk by, you should definitely build an enclosure for it. Make sure it blocks the UV light. Make sure that no one has any chance of looking at it so that you're not hit with damaging someone's eyes. A laser is not a toy. And this is the thing I want to drive home first. Yeah, or pets. Thank you very much, Travis. That's a very good point, pets. So keep in mind that this is a tool, and this is what I really want to drive home. Tools are not toys. Tools have to know, you have to know how to use the tools properly that you buy. Whether it's a 3D printer and you don't want to print toxic filaments in your house, whether it's a resin printer and you don't want to print toxic resins in your house, or whether it is a laser engraver that does not have an enclosure from the factory and you do not want to blind people, pets, passersby because you have not protected it properly. So as people pointed out, you can't even sell machines like this in, I believe, the EU, Germany at least. You can buy them here in the US. Obviously, you can import almost anything you want from China, which is where this is going to come from for a lot of people. But long story short, please make sure you understand the dangers of having a laser cutter. Laser cutters are bright and can harm eyes. Laser cutters cut into wood and various other materials and can catch fire. Laser cutters can also cut into materials such as PVC and release toxic gases, and you need to know the dangers before you move forward with any laser cutting. Make sure you've done your research about where you're doing your cutting and about what you're cutting, so that you make sure that no one is going to be hurt by the machine, by the new tool that you've purchased. We good? All right. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone. You will not see me cutting PVC today because I would be wearing a respirator if I was doing that. And I have already told my family that what I am doing today, and that when I'm ready to start cutting or engraving or etching or whatever I decide to do today, I will be putting a sign on that door to let them know not to come out here while I'm doing it. All right, so I hope that covers it. I want everyone to be safe. I'm not telling you not to buy this. It's a tool. You can decide whether you have a place to put this and whether you know how to use it. The other thing, it would be amiss for me to say, don't leave this while it's running. Don't walk away like it's a 3D printer and think that it's just going to all go to plan. Otherwise, it's just going to make a mess and no big deal. Again, you're dealing with things that can catch fire. Be careful, be safe. I think we're good. All right. What do we have? I want to see what people said about that. All right. Please do not use for tattoos. Thank you, Thomas. Or mole removal. You know, there you go. Retinal tattoos, Travis says. That'll do it. So, I just wanted to get that out of the way. I'm not your papa, as I remember hearing in one movie. I believe that would be Guardians of the Galaxy. He says, I'm not your papa. So you decide whether this is right for your work environment or not. There we go. So I'm going to move ahead. I'm going to get my chair out of the way here. And we are going to start with this unboxing. We are now about 30 minutes into this. So I think that this is perfect. I think 30 minutes, we've gotten all of this taken care of. Oh, and if you are interested in this, I do, of course, want to say, please take a look at the link. I have pinned the link to where you can buy it. It's also in the description, obviously, so check out the description. The link will let you purchase directly from Ortur. They, and I may be saying that right, if so, I apologize to the company. I do get a commission if you buy from that link, so that is out on the table. So thank you if you buy from that link. Obviously, you don't have to. There are other places to purchase it from, but there is also a $10 coupon code that will save you $10 more if you buy it from there. So we are down to, what, $3.98 or whatever. There we go. Okay, let's do this. So let me see, which one you guys want? We got the close-up cam today, and we have the overhead cam today. I think we'll start with the overhead cam. It looks like you can still hear me without any problems. This is the box it comes in. If you'll notice, it is very compact. I like how they package this. So nice job there. I have opened it. I wanted to see what was in it. Audio seems low. Sorry, Lightspeed. I'm not touching the audio today. Other people have said it's pretty good. So yeah, Lightspeed, just turn up your volume for me if you will, please. Sorry if I can't help you today, but I've had some issues doing that in the past and just messing everything up. All right, let's go. So foam, it's going to be less waste than a printer packaging, which will be nice. Let's do that. I think that one looks good. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Boop, boop. All right. So it does come with a nice instruction manual. This instruction manual comes in what appears to be about 7 languages. I hope there's enough detail in here. One thing I was noticing when I was looking through it first. Anyone else having sound issues besides Lightspeed? Let me know. Let me know if you're having sound issues. But I seem to be good on my side. But here is the manual. It includes a parts list. It includes a lot of those safety instructions and warnings that I've already given you. I'll turn it up a little bit. I don't think I'll break anything. Let's see. Let's go a little bit higher. There we go. Let's do that one. Okay. right. All right, I think that's better. Okay. Good, good. Okay, if I can make everybody happy, you know, it's a special day. So here are the instructions. I'm going to have to really look close at these because they shoved a lot of instructions on each page. You'll notice that they did this because you immediately go into the next language. So the instructions that come for your language are literally like 3 pages probably. All right. No particular order here. I want to start with the top. We have a couple of extrusions. Now these are special extrusions. I really think these are awesome. If you'll notice, they have ruler markings on them. They're actually marked in inches, which actually kind of surprises me that they use inches instead of metric, but there it is. So I like that. It centers your part on the build area, and you can kind of measure out exactly where you want it. Same thing on this other one. Let's see what else. 2 more extrusions, same thing. They've got measurements on all 4 of their extrusions, which I really like. Now the extrusions are different lengths, which we can take into account when we put this thing together. Let's see, again, I'm going to go from this side. So, as I said, they actually do include a drag chain on here, which is a really kind of an upgrade feature for this. This is a nice. How close to 17K, Thomas asked? About 10. So if we get about 10 subscribers, we'll be about at 17K. We'll see if we can hit it. If we can hit 17K, that's, like I said, 10 more people. If 10 more people come in during this live stream, why don't I give away another roll of filament? How about that? All right, since Thomas asked. Everybody can thank Thomas if we reach it. So anyway, this is really nice. I love the drag chain. They've already got all of their wiring loom in the drag chain, and that should really make it easy to set up. So we got, of course, a pair of safety glasses. I have several pairs of these due to different things that I've got. And we got corner brackets. We've got, they've got a little aluminum billet here that you use for your laser spacing, which is really nice. And then a couple of thumb screws. We have our big bag of parts, which is just our miscellaneous screws and nuts and sockets and everything. And what we got here? So this is the actual control box. So right here, as you can see, we have the offline controller. This is where USB ports is going to plug in. This is our DC adapter. I don't know what plugs in there. I guess we'll find out. I'm guessing that's where it goes to the laser and everything. But we also have this port here. It has a light on it, and I'm guessing this means it's a light and a siren because it has a little sound on it. And here is our emergency stop. Yep. Nice emergency stop button. Clicks it. Pops right back up if you twist it. There's a subscriber. Thank you very much. What else we got? Throwing these away as I go. USB cable, nice long USB cable, which I appreciate. I'm going to leave that in there until last. We have some more brackets. This looks like it's got an end stop on it. Clicky, clicky. It includes, these are our belts. It looks like it includes some little sample billets of wood, which is really nice. Billets, I don't know if you refer to the wood as billets. A couple of samples of pieces of wood to get started, which I like. That's a nice touch on their part. Our AC adapter. The actual laser. So here's our laser unit. I'm going to pull it out of the bag real quick. There we go. So here's the laser unit. As you'll see, they do have this nice cover on this one now, which I've heard Some people think it's going to work. Some people don't think it's going to work to actually protect your eyes. I guess we'll find out. I'm still going to be wearing my safety glasses, but it's a nice backup feature. I think it's going to save some people's eyes probably. Hopefully people won't rely on it too much. Like I said, it actually does come with glasses, so you don't have to rely on it if you don't want to. I wouldn't, especially until you figure out where you're putting it. As I mentioned, they call this laser, it's the LU24, wavelength 450 plus or minus 5 nanometers. Its power is 5,500 milliwatts according to the part itself. All right. Hello, Chris Travis. Good to see you. Phil Nolan, laser, Gerbil, or LightBurn. To the best of my knowledge, it doesn't come with either. I will be using LightBurn, which I purchased last night. I've used it before a little bit, the free version, but I actually paid for the full version last night so that I would have it today. It was really easy to use, has a lot of features. LightBurn is only $40, and from my understanding, that's a lifetime of LightBurn. So it's a really good value. Unless they change their license, of course. And the last big piece here, let's get this off the table. There we go. And let's pull this out. There we go. Okay, nothing in there. And so what was in here, we got one more wire, kind of random. So there it is. And over here, of course, is the main setup. If you'll notice, oh, it rolls well. There is no plastic on this except for connectors and the wheels and things like that. But the full assembly is metal. The end pieces are metal. All the connectors are metal, so it's really nice. That does look like they have a belt tensioner built in. It looks like to me, yeah, they've got a belt tensioner built into it, which is fantastic. This one already has the belt on it. They also have this nice strip in here to protect this wire, to keep anything from, you know, yeah, they have that piece in there to keep this from coming loose. So there we go. Boom. Hey TJ, good to see you. There we go. Scott, good to see you again. Thanks for joining us. All right. So let's take a look at what we're going to do first here. Get the assembly done. We can engrave a thing or two with our extra time. Again, I'm not crazy about how small they made these instructions, but we'll do our best. I'm wondering if there's no, if you'll, let's see, I don't think I saw any sort of digital device that these came with. I'm not seeing a USB stick or anything with it. It doesn't mean that the final version won't come with it. I do think this is pretty final version that I got here, but I'm not seeing any sort of digital device with it. So I guess they're expecting you to get your own software. They do have the drivers, I think, on their website, possibly, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing any sort of USB device. So, all right. So let's we need the 540 millimeter profile. Well, I've got two sizes here. Neither one of them say 540 millimeters. I think it's going to be the longer one, but give me 2 seconds and I'll be sure. I didn't know I'd need my tape measure for this build, but I think it's going to be the longer one. 540 is the longer of the two, so we will pull that out, and then corner connector. So they say scale mark is faced up. Thank you for the subscription, whoever that was. Appreciate it. And let's see here. I need to turn that on this one. Let's see. The alert box says it's on. It's not high enough on the list. All right. Anyway, I'm not going to spend time on that today. Yes, are the rulers engraved on them? It's very difficult to tell how they put these on here. They actually feel like they're printed. Because I don't know, I mean, they feel printed. They don't feel engraved. If they're engraved, they're not very deep. But anyway. All right, and then we need some of these corner connectors that are in here. Let's see, I should have a nice boom. These things are great. All right, so this is magnetic. If you haven't used one of these, you can get these at like Harbor Freight. They're fantastic. Keep you from losing screws while you're doing a build. All right, so Astro Printer says the rulers are laser etched. Well, there you go. That's why they're not very thick, or not very deep. I'm looking for the tools that it comes with, because I'll probably try to use those at first. All right, we got some corner pieces. It says we'll need 2. It says the scale mark is face up. And then we're going to put in the connectors here and here. And scale mark face up, mark 0. Doesn't seem like there's anything to tighten them yet. Are we supposed to tighten them yet? I'm not sure. Doesn't say to tighten them. Okay. And then we're going to take the 2 460s, again with the scale marks face up. And so we're going to grab the 2 short ones. They're here. Take this one. And if you didn't know already, this is the first time I am building one of these. So it's kind of fun. I've never built one of these laser engravers yet. So you can kind of put the markings however you want to, I believe. It just says it wants them face up. You know, however you want to put them. I need a bigger table. I know, I keep saying that, but I've got this one. So, scale mark face up, scale mark 0, scale mark 0, scale mark 0. Okay. And then, apparently, do these push in further? These look like they go in 2 ways. Okay. So, I'll try to show this to you. So these go in 2 different ways. If you'll notice, they're not symmetrical. I don't know if you're seeing that very good. Let's go to the close-up camera real quick. All right, so maybe you can see that. These are not symmetrical parts. One of them, there's these little grooves in here. So when I put them in, I actually need to be able to push them in further. So they're going to go in this way. Hopefully you can see that all right. There we go. And I'm going to put it in this way. Just like that. So you notice they move still. That's why you don't tighten them down yet. And then, when I go to put them in, you can see these are going to go in on this side, which is the inside. And again, same thing on this one, inside. And now those will be there to keep those inside corners straight as I go and put in the screws, which it says I need M5 by 25 screws times 2. Let me get my ruler so I make sure I'm getting the right size screws. Again, no bag. It would have been nice if they've done what 3D printer companies usually do, and they include each of these screws in a different bag so you know what size. But This is a 25, which is what I figured. So there's an M5 25. These are going to go into the ends, and these are Phillips heads. So let me grab a Phillips head screwdriver. All right. And these are going to screw everything together here on the end. Oh, okay. So I'm putting this together wrong, apparently. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Figure all this out as I go. So, if you'll notice, there are different holes in here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me do close up again. If you'll see right here, hopefully that's showing it to you. May not be enough light. Okay, I'm going to try. So right here, this side has a place for the head of that screws to go. This side does not have a place for the head of that screw to go. So that needs this side here with the indentation for the head, that needs to be on the outside. All right. So that's going to be on the outside. And this needs to be up. So that's interesting. So, oh, that's because I'm putting together, I think, is this the back of the printer? Or the back of the engraver, possibly? Anyway, so let's do that. Put these back in here where they go. Hopefully I don't make any major errors that I have to come back and fix later. Alright, so that one's going to go there now. And so they're putting, yeah, they said they want the zeros on this end. There's only one way to do that. Alright, so these go this way. I think everyone sees that pretty well, I hope. So the zeros are down here. There's a zero down here. Well, see, they're saying that the scale 0 is supposed to be down here. How do I do that? The other one? The other one. The other one. So this does not work with any of them. You actually have to find the right one. The instructions are clear. They're just not clear. So, anyway, so now I found the one where the zero's down here and the holes for the heads are on the outside. There we go. All right, so now we should be ready to screw this together this time. All right. Does not come with the Phillips head screwdriver, which is just fine by me. I'm just happy using my own. It does come with the hex keys, or Allen wrenches, depending on what you want to call them. I am lining up the outside with the end, just to make sure everything's square. If I really wanted to, I can take my ruler here, line that up with it, and now it's really square. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this down. If I need to loosen it later, I will. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. With all the chatting going on and me trying to get the build done, if you have any specific questions or comments for me, please @ me in the chat so that I know you're talking to me. All right. All right. There we go. Nice and solid. All right, it says I can go ahead and lock the screws. So let's go ahead and find which hex key that is. Where do I put the hex keys? There we go. So it is the bigger of the 2 hex keys it comes with. So since I've already kind of squared it up using those corner screws, I don't have to worry so much about doing the squaring here. This will just reinforce the inside of that corner. I'm going to make sure it's good and tight by using the long end to tighten it up. Uh-oh. Someone has a suggestion for me. So, wow, I'm not pronouncing your name, dude. So, C in there. I'm just going to call you C. C says I should swap them so that the measurements are on the inside. And unfortunately, I think he's right. Not a big deal. I want to build it right the first time. Otherwise, I'm going to be rebuilding it after the stream's over, which that doesn't sound fun to do it twice. But that is the way that the long edge is here. So I agree with your deduction. I was trying to figure that out, but thanks for figuring it out for me. Only takes a second at this point to make sure we put it together. You know what? Travis says take 3. You know, as long as it gets put together right the first time, I'm okay with that. Boom. Everybody awake? At least at this point, everything is in the right place. So reassembling isn't a big deal. All right, thanks for everyone for joining me. We've got about 80 people watching right now. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in for something new to the channel, the laser etching. I have done the laser etching before on the eCube Maker printer combo things, but this is my first standalone one. Dadgummit. Take 3.5. I could do a power screwdriver, but I think as a lot of people pointed out when, was it Tom was doing his live stream, a lot of people don't like the power screwdrivers and stuff when putting together things like 3D printers. And I mean, and I agree. I mean, it doesn't take long to just manually do it, and you tension it properly. I like using the manual screwdrivers. Oh, you're welcome, Ben. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I think you've been here most of the time, but thank you anyway. There we go. All right, everybody happy? We good? All right. Scale marks. They're telling me to put some M5 profile nuts, 4 of them. So they've already gotten us some slide in M5 nuts. Okay. I'm going to flip this around to match the instructions a little bit better. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do this. Get these tightened down. Phil's also got the eCube Maker. Oh, sorry. Yeah. What you think about the eCube Maker? I like the big one. The small one was great. The big one was what I really wanted. Does a pretty good job on dual color prints. That's really the only thing I'm using it for at this point. I got to find a good home for it in my shop though, because right now it doesn't have a permanent place. Okay, that one's it. Is this live? Hey, Paul Kofi, how you doing? If you're wondering if it's live, we are live. So thanks for joining us. There we go. Now I can flip it around. All right. So we slide in our M5 nuts. It looks like on the outside. I sure hope it's on the outside, because this tiny little drawing doesn't make it clear. Yeah, I'm going to say it on the outside. I'm going to take 4 of these nuts, 2 on one side, and 2 on, so there's 2 on that side. We're going to do 2 on this side. There we go. And now we are going to do that other aluminum profile, which we had out earlier. And again, the numbering is going to go on the inside. Just as before, we need to do the corner connectors and the same screws as we pulled out last time. So it's 2 of these M525s. Again, making sure that I'm using the right screws. There we go. I don't need this right now. And 2 of these corner connectors. Same thing as last time. We need to be able to slide them in to where they're going to go into the inside corners. So they only go in one way. There we go. There we go. And we're going to do the screws again. There we go. Oh, I don't like that. Let me make sure I square that up real good. Okay. Square this one up. Could you, in theory, laser onto pancakes? Yeah, sure. Any flat object, or in the case of the add-on for this machine, anything cylindrical. Oh, cool. So, Smaug Dragon Dreams, excellent name, by the way. I love it. Absolutely. Just said he joined my Patreon, so thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm going to be doing a lot more on the Ender 6. I just haven't gotten to it. So I hope that you're enjoying your Ender 6, and I do have a lot more coming for the Ender 6 on this channel, because I'm loving my Ender 6. So, yeah, congratulations on the printer. It's beverage time, so give me 1 second. I'm talking a lot. Let's see. All right, let's tighten up these corners. I do give them credit with this build. One thing I really liked seeing was that that whole gantry was already put together for me. Otherwise, this build would have taken a lot longer, because there's a lot on that gantry. So, really glad that was already done. Any thoughts on the Rat Rig V Core 3? Haven't seen it personally. So no thoughts yet. I'll be happy to take a look at it later. Still want to build a Voron, but I just don't have time for it right now. So that's on my list. Okay, those are the nuts rattling around. I was wondering, I'm done with all my corners. Why is it still rattling? So, okay, so they say to lock all the corners, which we have done. Let's say for fun that we check our square on our corners. So I could have done these to actually do the, to make sure they were good and square when I assembled it, but we'll make sure it is good and square. So this corner is good and square. That corner is just a hair off, but mostly square. This corner is good and square. This one is just, so only these two seem to be just a hair off, but not much. So just a little off. I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything about it, because again, it's just a little bit off. Let me, I'm going to loosen up these corners real quick, these two that are across from one another, and see if I can square it up just a little bit better. Where did I get the squaring tools? I posted it on my Twitter. They are off of Amazon. I'll be sure to send links again if you'd like to, but you can find it on my Twitter feed. They are fantastic. I just recently found them, and I really like them. The one I posted on Twitter, did I bring it over here? Nope, I set it down. The one I posted on Twitter originally was this one right here, which is this small. I posted this because I liked how small it was. I could fit it almost anywhere. But that one's really nice too, and you can hold it with one finger while putting it together. Same thing here. Fortunately, that's not really helping me square these up, because if you put this on the inside, you can't square it off. What I would like to do, let me put this on the outside, hold that in place. I could go get clamps if I really wanted to be crazy, but I don't think I need to do all of that. I will grab a better hex key that lets me tighten a little bit better. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to hold it like this, tighten that one up, hold it like this, tighten that one up. And let's do the same on the alternate corner here. Again, if I would have thought about these to begin with, I would have done it. But I just got these, so this is kind of a new use for them for me. I'm going to hold them in place here. Hey, Maker Viking, good to see you, Thomas. Welcome. Hey, Tripod, thanks for dropping by. And now, yeah, that's a lot better. I'm glad I took a second to do that. Much more square. I'm not getting any wobble there, so I'm happy with these corners now. I'm going to double check my other corners. Yeah, everything's good and square now. Awesome, awesome. Set those aside. All right. So next up, find the front. What's the front? That's a funny thing. The front looks like, well, I think this is the front. I'll tell you why I think that. It's the only way that these numbers and these numbers are facing towards me. So I think that that's what they've done looking at the drawing here. I think that the front is where the numbers face you. So I'm going to go with that. And then it looks like we want to go ahead and slide on the gantry. Let's find out what the front of the gantry is as well. I think the front of the gantry is going to be where the labels are facing you. Hopefully that's a safe bet. And then we're going to slide these on. All right. There we go. It's actually pretty well tensioned to begin with. Let's see real quick. I'm going to post that for you guys in case you want them. I know they're really cool. And so I'm going to go ahead and send you these links over. So if you're interested, so right here, these are the red squares. And this is the silver square. And I don't know about you, but I got the silver one for the really small spaces, particularly working with 3D printers. I got the red ones, as you saw, for what I was just doing, which is the left and the right of the gantry. So according to this, this motor goes on the right, it looks like. Well, and again, that's the only way to put it on if you want both of the labels facing you. The red ones come in blue too, the CNC maker says. But yeah, so this is the only way it would fit. And that puts the end stop over here on the left. That also makes it where you're going to slide your laser on this side, which is facing you also. All right. So next up, we are going to go ahead and put our feet on now that we've slid everything together. They call it the base anchors. Let me switch back over to what I'm doing. There are the base anchors. Now these are pretty cool. I like this. The little feet here, one corner of them actually has this little, probably rubber corner to them, so that you have a nice little foot. They've just taken it and just folded that over there. So it's nothing major, but it's a nice touch. A little bit of dampening on those feet, and there's 3 of them there. So it looks like we're going to put them like on the back. Yeah. So the first ones go on the back. All right, so flipping it around again. All right, and then what do we need to attach them? And base anchors ×2. Says at some point to put on the timing belts here, but it doesn't have a good explanation of how to get those on there. Huh. I don't want to have to pull these back off later. But I'm not exactly sure what these timing belts are supposed to ride on. I'm getting it. I think I'm getting it. Where are the belts? Here are the belts. Let's go and pull the belts out. So, it says we're going to need the base anchors, which I have. 2 of those. We're not going to need the 3rd one yet. We're going to need M5x8 screws ×4. M5x8 ×4. So these are these small ones. That's not 4 though. Oh, M5 by 8. Okay, so we're going to need 4 M5 by 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to need 2 M5 spacers, which are all that we were given. Okay. They try to give me a close-up here on this image, but it's so small. But I think, what they're doing. So, do they show exactly how to route? It just goes over. Okay. So, this is going to be fun to try to show you in here. So, let me go back to the close-up cam here. I'm going to need a real-time view of this. All right. So, here's one of the end caps. What they want us to do is, facing down, we're going to stick the belt through here, and then it looks like we fold it over just a little bit so that we can clamp it down with that spacer when we put the screw together. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so Astro Printer says, sent me a link to the online instructions in chat. What chat? What chat should I be following? Where'd you send that? This chat? Where'd I see it? Did it filter it out, or was it a long time ago? I don't see it. If someone's moderating out those instruction links, you don't need to moderate it out, because I never got to see it. Yeah, I'm looking. Because online instructions would help versus what I've got here. Otherwise, I can go find it, I suppose. Hey, Thomas, I think you're the only moderator in the chat. Did you filter that out? Because I'm not seeing it. There we go. Okay, let me do that. Da-da-da. Let's go to support. User manual. There it is. Thanks everyone in the chat for helping. You guys are the best. And yes, this user manual is much more zoomable than the other one. Let's put it that way. Wow, this is way more thorough. Way better than what I've got. Holy crap. Alright, so good thing to note right here is that this user manual, not so great. This one I'm looking at on their website, much, much better. Got all the parts listed. Shows exactly how those corners go together. Man, I was really doing this I was doing this the hard way, apparently. But yeah, this is a lot better. All right, good, good, good. So far, it looks like I've assembled everything correctly, though. So, pretty happy to see that. Excuse me as I scroll through this and try to figure this out, because this is going to be way better for everybody. Where was I? Wow, they've even changed the order. Okay, step 4, we put the frame together. step next. So 2, after assembling the frame, it's important to identify the front left corner, which we're going to go back. We're going to go right here. And notice that, okay, apparently, did I just get the English version of this? Because you'll notice right here, I'm noticing in the instructions they do have a metric one, but they gave me the English version that has inches. So there's a metric one of these available. I don't know how you pick which one you want. I don't see that anywhere, or it depends on what country you're in. I think it would be a great option. But anyway, this is 0, 0 over here. All right, so they're going to do this a little bit different. Move to the leftmost M5 nut. Profile. Align, plate with frame so you're finger tight the M5x8 screws on the M5 nut. Okay, alright, so the first thing they're having me do is put on the main board. Oh, you know it'll get recycled one way or another. Alright, so this one's this, then this is going to go here. I'm going to take one of these M5x8s and put it here. If you guys want to switch views or something, let me know. I want to stick with this one at the moment. It said to finger tight this. I'm just going to make sure I don't over tighten it. And then it wants me to get one of the nuts. Both of them have slipped down this way. I can get one of these nuts down here. And I'm going to line it up so that I get it with the, oh, these are magnetized a little bit. When you're working with 3D printers all the time, metric becomes way more standard feeling. At least for all my maker stuff, you know, for everything I do like in regular life, it's still English system, but anything that I do makery ends up becoming metric. Line both holes. Okay, it says to go ahead and tighten these down now that they're in here. Tighten that down. Hey Paul, it's going pretty well. I just switched instructions to the online instructions and I'm a lot happier about it. Let's see, move to the rightmost profile to the nut in the middle of the M40. I love it. It starts giving things though in the instructions online. All the instructions are assuming you have the metric version, which is not super helpful. Okay. And then align both holes in the metal frame leg with the frame so that you can finger tight the M5 screws and the M5 profile nut on the right side. Okay. Using the Phillips screwdriver, firmly tighten the left one on the frame. Okay, so here's what we're doing on this side. Got my foot here. Again, the soft side needs to go towards the bottom. We are going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and align with the T-nut that's in there. I'm going to just, as it says, finger tighten it. I'm just not going to over tighten it. And then on the next one, oh, the next one needs the washer on it. Hopefully I should have one. Yeah, there's one more washer in there. Okay. The washer goes right there, and they don't want me to tighten that one down, but I can go ahead and tighten this one down once they're both in there. Okay. And then there's one more piece. All right. Does it come with a case? No case. Okay, so, ooh, it's pretty rough looking. So what is this called? This is a focal gauge holder. So remember I showed you that little billet that it comes with, that little billet of aluminum that it comes with. They include a little holder for it that we can attach to the front of the printer, or excuse me, of the cutter, etcher, whatever you want to call it. Hey Jason, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. But as you can see, mine is kind of warped. So I'll probably be redesigning if they can't send me the model for this. If they can, great. This is not something that would take long to redesign. But I'll probably reprint that. This is a pretty nasty 3D print. It curled up real bad, as you can see, lifted on those corners as they were printing it. So I could reheat this also. But hey, Gil, you can send me the STL. Thank you very much. Gil, did I miss that you're with Ortur? If so, please tell me. Let me know. If so, I can... You did. I missed it. Thank you, Gil. Thanks for dropping by. I'm glad you heard that I was doing this today and decided to join us. Gil, what is your position over there? Let me know. What do you do for them? So next up, customer support. I missed one step, by the way, he says. Let's see. Customer support and jack of all trades. That's a position that won't fit in your business card, though. Well, I'm glad to see you, Gil. Thanks for dropping by. So what step did I miss? The one where I'm supposed to put T-nuts on here? No, that actually has proper T-nuts. Or turnable T-nuts, I should say. So let me grab the turnable T-nuts here. And we will go ahead and do this while Gil tells me what I missed out on. A couple more M5x8s. 2 rail nuts before sliding the X assembly in. 2 rail nuts. Show me, can you tell me what step in the online assembly guide that was on? And then I can go back and take a look at it. So Astro Printer apparently has experience with Gil here. I'm going to go ahead, and again I'm assembling these, actually the turnable T-nuts. And I'll do this while you are doing that. And now they're trying to tell me where exactly to put these based upon the metric alignment, so I don't have the English alignment. Not that I think it's going to matter a whole lot. Slide the gauge holder into the front face. Notice the M5 T-nuts will slide into the rail without issues if they're horizontally aligned. The laser gauge holder should stay in place. Using your screwdriver, tighten the M5 nuts. This action will rotate the T-nuts. Caution, being this is a 3D printed part, do not over tighten. It looks like it should just be down over here. So I'm going to just put that down over here. Yeah, and Gil, you can find my email address in the description of this video if you happen to not already have it. And I would appreciate that STL. Let me just tighten this down. Hey Gil, is this printed out of ABS? Feels like it probably is ABS. Let's see if I'm right. That feels pretty good. Step 26, page 6, although you will go over steps first, just don't try to put the belts on first. Yeah, that's what I thought. This one's just rough. I'll probably print it out of PETG or something. Maybe ABS if I feel particularly up to it. So you're saying page 26, step 6. I'm on page 23. Let's see. According to this, I didn't skip that. What step did I skip? I'm missing it. All right, I'm going to keep going. He's saying it's all okay as long as I don't put in the belts. All right. So the drag chain, motherboard, bracket assembly. Not yet, but you said the X assembly already. Okay. Oh, right, because I was in the assembly that came with it. This deal told me to go and put that X assembly on. That's why the X assembly is already on. But, boop, that's easy enough, right? Back on the right page. Need a drink. Now I think I'm in the right place, right? All right. Hopefully everyone's still with me. Gil's going to keep me straight now. I'm paying attention to him. Let's see. From your parts, need the drag chain motherboard bracket, which is in here. There's that looks like the right part. Okay. And we're going to need M5 by 8 times 1. We're going to need an M5 T-nut. There's another M5 T-nut. And another M5 washer. All right. Hopefully I haven't scared everyone off yet. How many people are we got going on here? So we've got 78 people, 53 likes. Again, thanks for joining me in today's stream. Let's get something carving. Already taking longer than expected to assemble this thing, but I talk a lot. Okay, and I'm going to need the Phillips screwdriver. Thanks for pointing me at these steps. I don't know how it would have gone if I would have kept going with the other ones. Carefully flip over the Pro in order to access the underside of the frame. Make sure no force or pressure is applied to the buttons at the top. These are great instructions. Gil, did you write these instructions? If so, these are pretty good. All right, so I'm going to flip this. I'm going to actually hang my buttons off the side, and then they won't get damaged. Then I'm going to take it and put this, yep, like this. All right, everyone seems to still be here. I'm going to need to move my mouse around now. Okay, and then slide the M5 nuts on the back of each screw, so something like that. And then slide the drag chain bracket into the bottom face. So we are over here. And it looks like we're hanging it off the edge. Right? Okay. Okay. And then tighten it down. Looks good to me. Okay, we're going to tighten that up. Perfect. So Gil did write this. I did. I am writing. Assembly part is done. The fun parts to come. Wrote it so my own mother could build it, which might be a bit overkill. That's fine. No, I appreciate more details than needed. I mean, there's a lot of text here, which isn't great for a live stream, but it's great if you're doing this for the first time. From your parts, please select the X-axis assembly, which I've got right here waiting on me. I've got two M3 by 5mm nuts. Do we have two different sizes? We got M3. Oh, M3. Got it. M3 by 5s. Two M3 by 5s, and then 2 frame nuts. Okay. He's saying just use the pictures. All right. And then we need this other piece. Okay, I'm a little confused by the picture that I'm looking at right now. So 25 step 2. You didn't mention that I was going to need the drag chain assembly. Is that what I'm looking at? No, it's not the drag chain assembly. What is it? Oh, it's a little piece. Okay, I see it. Okay. So they're saying go ahead and I'm going to just put these screws in here. Ignore those other screws for some reason. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and attach on the left side. We're going to need the assembly, as he just said in the chat. I'm going to take, so this one's here. It's this side. Okay. On the left side of the X assembly, locate the 2 small holes just above the Y stepper motor. Duh. Oh, got it oriented wrong. Just above the stepper motor, right here. Okay. Finger tighten the 2 and 5 screws into the pre-tapped holes. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing here. Okay. On the left side, this one could be at this picture could be at a slightly better angle, but I'm nitpicking. Okay. And then that's going to go here and here. Yeah, no one can see what I'm doing now, because now it's confusing. And I'm working on the wrong side of the camera. I want to show people what I'm doing in case anyone's following along at home. I don't have to move everything, just this. And then switch camera angles. Alright, so here we go. I got stuff sticking to the bottom of mine. Alright, so here we go. Looks like this is going to fit between here and here, and I'm going to put this on this way. And then these should thread into these holes. There we go, I got it. Thomas, what were you saying I should ask about? Whether it was supposed to come with any sort of USB device or SD card? Was I supposed to get any sort of digital media with this, Thomas? I mean, not Thomas. Excuse me, Gil? I'm kind of curious. Alright. Okay, tighten the M3 and 5 firmly, completing the drag frame. Okay. Rotate your Ortur Pro frame so it faces up again. Rotate it again so the back side of the machine is facing you and the motherboard is facing back. Good instruction. I like it. I know exactly what to do. Just flip it this way. Okay. No, I didn't get the offline controller or the manual Z height adjust. They didn't send me that. The only one they sent me was the Y roller add-on. Okay, step 6. Slide 2 of these two. Slide 2 and 5 profile nuts into the top face of the Y-axis to the right side of the rail. Right side, top. Okay. Same side where the mother assembly is located. Even more clarity. Very nice. Okay. And then slide the 2 along the right. Both are at the end. Nice. Telling me where to put them. They go there. Okay. Don't know what that was. Okay. I don't know why that's doing that. Okay. Yeah, people stop chatting. Everyone's just paying attention or doing something else at this point. All right, align the Y-axis assembly with the back of the frame. Note rotation of the X-axis assembly. The screws should be visible on the back. So make sure that the back is facing me, which I am. And then I'm going to slide this on now. There we go. Can you laser engrave 3D printed stuff? I'm pretty sure you can. You're just going to have to get the settings just right. It may depend on the material also. Plus, if you laser engraved it, what are you trying to engrave? What are you trying to get out of it? I think there's a lot of questions there. All right. Okay. Carefully lift the frame and guide it between the left and the right set of wheels. Make sure the wheels align. Okay, there's a lot of alignment here. Slide the X-axis fully into the frame until all 4 wheels slide. Take one last moment to confirm all 8 wheels are sliding smoothly. We are sliding smoothly. Okay, looks good. Yeah. Everything looks properly tensioned as long as it's up off of the thing. They use, okay, I've got eccentric nuts on the bottom if I need to make adjustments. Let's see. Okay. So there's a lot of information coming up here about the belts. Settle in with use and expand slightly the first couple weeks. It's about timing belts. Okay, they talk about how the belts go under the wheels and over the Y-axis sprockets. So under wheel, over wheel, under wheel. Nice instructions. Step 1, carefully guide the timing belt with the tooth facing down over the sprocket and under the left side wheel, sliding it inside and along the V slot of the Y rail, sliding the belt until the end of the belt reaches and goes past the left side end of the rail by about 6 centimeters. So let's do that. Okay, gonna go this side. This is always fun to figure out how to get something up. I'm going to need either pliers or a screwdriver or something to grab it. Okay, got that one. I'm going to go back under, or excuse me, over, and then under. All right, Gil is still suggesting that I pay more attention to the pictures than the words. Otherwise, I think he's worried we're not going to get done otherwise. Okay. Well, some of the words are important. I assume you wrote them for a reason. There are a lot of words. We got about 6 centimeters past. I'm just going to center that. All right, let's go and do the other one while we're at it. It's always fun to try to get these to lift up on you. So I put a little bend in that belt. Thank you for the subscription. No Hus? No Just? I don't know how you want me to pronounce that, but I appreciate the subscription. If you're in this video or if you're actually watching one of my other videos, who knows? I always suspect that people are watching if they subscribe while the live stream is going on, but it's completely possible they don't know or care about this live stream and they're watching some other content. I think this is the trickiest part. Hey Gil, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. There we go. All right, so both of them have been assembled. Gil's taking a break. Step away from the computer for a bit, dinner time. Okay, thanks Gil, thanks for joining, and I will hopefully talk to you later. All right, so got the guided both of those in. After both left and right timing belts are assembled, your Ortur Laser Pro should look similar to the images below. Fair enough. Okay. So I'm reading, I apologize. Part of the deal though. Let's see here. Slide the belt further through the belt slit in the frame, roughly 2.5 centimeters. The timing belt is required on the outside note. This measuring does not need to be exact, but should be enough length to easily hold the belt with your fingers. Okay. Okay. All right, so first thing first, we're going to go to this corner here, which we've already done. I'm trying to show you what I'm doing. It's not the ideal place for me to work, but I want to show it to you. So We're going to loosen this one up. In fact, it just says to go and pull it completely out. All right, Phil, thanks for joining us. Good to see you as always. Thanks for your time. All right, now I got to get this belt back through this little hole here. They said to keep a little bit, 2.5 centimeters or so. I do have a ruler, so might as well. I almost put too much, so do that. Wrap it up. Put your screw back in, and then it tightens down and holds that belt into place. So Astro, I haven't been keeping up with the chat for all of this. So if you would, go ahead and tell me, can you do glass etching with this machine? I wouldn't think that it's powerful enough to do it, but let me know if I'm wrong, because I would love to do some glass etching. I would think that it'd have to be painted or something. Okay, there we go. And the left side front, and then on this side, we need the switch. Did we lose audio? People still hear me? Am I coming in? Is that it? Still have audio here. Still have audio there. What's going on? Oh, you hear me? Okay. Getting worried. I just checked. I was making sure. I'm wireless here. It's always possible my wireless dies on me. All right. So on this one, say 1 centimeter belt past the Y rail. Okay. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and I need this and 2 of the M5s that we've been using. Okay. If it gets quiet, it may just be because I'm reading or something at this point. The limit switch. Thank you for the new subscriber, Rune. Thank you very much. Good to see you. And we're going to take it, come this way. Looks like it's going to go. I wonder how they got this switch going on here. Let me read a little bit ahead. Oh, okay. So this is going to actually go on top, like that. Oh, JW, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. All right, so let's see, I've got these down here. I'm going to pull them out to where they fit. And, boy oh boy. Kind of losing my mind here. Okay. So if we have that foot there, I think I need to reorient myself this way, which looks a lot more correct to me. And then I'm going to hold this. Yeah, something looks a little off. Is that the wrong one? Losing it here. What am I missing? Doesn't look like the picture. Oh, whoa, I got it. Okay. I think I see what I'm missing. So I think it goes this way. I think they just put the switch on the different side. Maybe that's all I'm looking at, is it looks like they put the switch on top and the picture of the switch is on the bottom. My guess is it's not going to matter a whole lot. Yeah, looks like that's all it is. So on top is fine. Does it work on bottom? I wouldn't think so, not very well anyway. Anyway, so I'm going to take this one. It's going to come through, wow, back to the top. It's going to come through here, just like that. A couple of centimeters as they recommend. Find the right hole placement for these nuts. Okay. And then we just put these straight in here like this, which will hold down that screw. Let me know, AstroPrinter, if I did this right. My switch is on top. Otherwise, nothing matches up if it's not on top. Everything looks fine if it's on top. Yeah, it's on the outside of the frame. My switch would not fit on the outside of the frame, though, not where I just put it. This looks fine. Okay. Let me know. That's about as close to the picture as I can get right there. Okay. And then we're going to go back to the back and do I'm just actually going through a lot of these instructions quickly, and we're going to do both sides of the back. Okay, so switching to the back. All right, and now we're going to tighten up our belts. Tighten up my belt. Okay, now let's go ahead and do these. Now these are pretty simple. I'm not actually going to try to show these to you while I do it. These were just like the other ones where we have these brackets. The belt is going to go through these little holes here. We're going to have screws just, in the corners that they're supposed to be on. And then to tighten down the belt, you just do this deal here and it tightens the belt in place. All right. I need 2 washers. Looks like, yeah, and then 4 total screws. Okay. Get this started. I'm going to pull my belt tight. Tighten it down. Going to put one of my other nuts in place. Go and tighten that down. Then I'll tighten all these into place. Got all this extra belt that I can cut off later. Okay, let's do one more. Same deal. I'm going to take it. I'm going to thread that belt through that part. Try to move the nut into roughly the right place. Start tightening that down. And then before I tighten them both down, I'm going to add that other one. Okay. So I'm going to tighten that one down. Pull this one tight. And I can tighten it down. Okay. And we should move here. And it moves very well. If you'll notice, there is a bar. Let's see, make sure I can, yep, right there. See, there's a bar that runs across here that keeps our X and our Y gantry in sync, or excuse me, both of our Y gantries in sync. There we go. Everything will move parallel on both sides at the same speed. Okay. Looks good. Once complete, the Ortur laser should look like the illustration on the right, with the excess of the timing belt mostly exposed on the back of the machine. Please review carefully. Okay. And then note regarding timing belt tension, defining the words. Okay. Let me see how my tension is on these. Feels pretty good. Actually, maybe a little loose in the front. I'm going to do a little tightening on these. I'm not real happy with them right where they are. So I'm going to tighten the backs and then tighten the fronts again, because I think it's loosening up a little bit. And once it goes over that gear in the middle, you're not going to be able to tighten it again. Okay. Tighten this one up a little bit more. Okay. Now they're a little bit tightened better. I'm happy with those. Okay. I'm not 100% sure I'm happy with the tension on these, but I think that's all I'm going to do for now. We'll let them work a little bit longer. Let's see, from your part, please select the drag chain loom, which I've got right here. M36 flatheads. How many do we need? Times 4. 1. Hopefully I haven't lost any in the process of this. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Have I misplaced one? Moving everything around. Seem to be missing a screw. Again, it's just as much likely that it's my fault as theirs. But I'm not seeing that screw I need. I've got these. The only thing I've got left are these L brackets, a nut, an extra screw, an extra washer, and that is all I'm seeing. So I'm missing one of those little M3 screws. And again, I don't know if it's one that, there it is, found it, told you it was my fault. There it is. They did not leave it out. Okay, so I think this is everything. First things first, bring the drag train. And we are going to attach. Oh, thank you, Nate. Have you decided on a test print image yet? Not yet. I've got a couple of cool ones that I've thought about doing. So I wanted to do a SVG file rather than a raster image, just for speed purposes. So we'll see. Which end do I need? So I need the end with the big connector, not all the loose connectors. I need the big connector there. I'm going to take that up here to the front, and I'm going to take, and we need to screw this in right here. If you'll notice, there's a couple of screw holes right here. I appreciate that, Nate, by the way. First donation of the stream, unless I've missed one, so thank you so much. It's really nice. I've got some cool images that I've been sitting around on because I knew I was going to have this. Alright, so that. One more screw. One more. And these are those flathead M3s. Alright. I have to say, this drag chain, terrific idea, particularly on what you're considering their Pro model. Very nice job. It's going together really well. These screws are a bit long though. I'm actually through the drag chain into, yeah, they're a little long. I don't know why you'd want the screws that long. But to tighten them all the way down, they go all the way through. So anyway, I may need to find some shorter screws unless I miss something. Using your M3 screwdriver guide and start the 2 and 4s. I don't know what they're saying here, because they do say hey Thomas, is it showing up at 17K yet? Have we hit the 17K subscribers? We've heard several during this stream. So let me know if that's showing up on your end. Okay. And then for the next one, slide the 2M36 into the drag chain. Yeah, I'm not sure about those screws. Those would damage any surface. Well, maybe not. We'll figure it out. I'm not going to spend time on that right now. So the next thing they want me to do, I'm going to take my drag chain, move it up here, and then we're going to attach those 2 other screws right in this area. Still seeing 16.9. So if you haven't subscribed yet, early in the stream, Thomas was asking about what would it take to get to 17K, and I'm not far. I haven't actually looked at it yet. So if you'd like me to give away a free spool of filament before the end of this stream, we got to get to 17K. So let me know. Let me know. If you haven't hit subscribe now. Joining me here as I release some new content. There we go. Drag chain, check that out. Check that smooth motion. And my end stop does work where it is, so that's good. Very nice. All right. Using Phillips screwdriver. Okay. There's another hole here. They just want me to take the screw through the drill hole on the left, capping it on the other side with the nut. So I don't know what this is for yet. but they want me to just put a screw in a nut right here. Nope, TJ, that's not going to help at all. If you're already subscribed, you're already contributing, and I can't ask anything more. All right, mechanical limit switches. Are we talking about mechanical limit switches? Okay, now we're going to do some wiring. I think Gil just finished up some. He's like, okay, we got some information to talk about here. So we're going to talk about limit switches. All right, we're going to go and plug in. Oh, I see why we were talking about it. Sorry about that. Only 2 are required. In the past, many of Ortur laser printers users found difficulties at identifying. So I think what we're going to do right here. Andy asked if I hit 17K, do I get a YouTube trophy? No. It's going to be a long time before this channel gets a YouTube trophy unless something changes. So I'm going to plug up my limit switch here. And so I've got red on this side and black in the middle according to this right here. So you can see right there, hopefully decent. Let's go ahead and do that maybe. That's as useless as the overhead. I apologize that I don't have every angle covered. Align and slide this connector in. So let's put that right here. Alright, so that connector is in now. They're saying make sure it's in really well, and it is. Okay. They want me to plug it in to the limit switch. I think I found the right ones there. Black in the middle. And, yep. We're good. Okay, now they wanted to go to the other end and do the other limit switch, which, same sort of deal. We're going to take black to the center. Okay. And then red towards the end where the hinge is, which is the way the other one is wired up. So red here, black in the middle. Hey Dave, good to see you. I didn't realize you had made it on the stream. So how you doing, David? All right. And then they want to take the crimped one, and we're going to actually ground the gantry here. So right here, I put in a screw, and then I'm going to put this extra fork terminal here to ground the assembly, which I really like. So there are actually some extra grounding to make sure that this gantry has been grounded. All right, so there we go. It's all tightened in. Make sure we plug in our stepper motor. Done. And then we got 2 more. X goes to X, so we got X here and X here. Make sure that it clamps down like it's supposed to. And then there's one more here. I don't know where this L is going to go because we don't have it yet. The laser cable. Oh, we don't have the laser cable yet. We haven't been told to put on the laser. Laser cable. Laser cable. I want to sing through this. There we go. Okay. So, laser cable. This is the one that was by itself. And so this one goes in here and latches. And then I'm sure we're going to add that later. Time for a laser. We're getting close. We're getting close. Everybody get excited. Thomas says, is 100,000 followers that gives you the plaque? Yes, 100,000 would give me the plaque and make my children extremely jealous. So if you want to make my kids jealous, get all your friends to join. I love it when us older generations, meaning not 16 years old, get YouTube plaques because they think it's cool. Yep, this is the laser power cable. All right. Okay. Locate the laser slider thumb. So we need one of these thumb screws. Yeah, this is the smoke test. I'm with you. All right, so it does come with, it looks like an extra thumb screw, which is awesome. So, screw the thread into the laser module slider bracket. Only threaded a few turns. Oh, maybe it's just the fact that we've got two. Interesting, we've got multiple places to screw this in. Okay. Once engaged, slide the laser module down the laser module bracket until both sliders are aligned at the top. Gently tighten the laser module thumb screw. Okay. So, next up. Alright. So we're going to put this on here. We're going to slide it down. They said just align it on top, which is a good idea. We're going to use this thumb screw to tighten it down. Perfect. I guess it comes with that second one because technically I could like thumb screw on the other side just for some extra ability there. Okay. And then they want me to loosen up this corner right here, which I had another, there it is. Okay. They want me to loosen this one up on this corner, because again, we're grounding stuff. No, you don't get a plaque at 10K. No plaque here. All right, and we're going to plug that in to there, right there. And then we're going to take our ground and plug that in right here. Just curious how they wanted it. So I'm going to put it this way. Hey man, Astro Printer, I'm sure you're well on your way, man. Just keep chugging away. I know it feels like it's you know, do it for the fun of it. If you're doing it for the YouTube of it, it's going to just feel like it takes longer. That's for sure. But I know that 1K felt really good to me. 5K felt good. 10K. 10K was great. That was like my first real goal, and it was wonderful to get to 10K. Tighten down. Okay, we got some cable ties. I was curious if they were going to show us how to do the routing for this one. And they do. So we're going to take it, we're going to go down with it, it's going to go up. They say wrap it here. Okay. Got one right there. We want to do one. So I did one on this side. I know I'm on the wrong side, but I did one on the bottom. They say to go ahead and put another one on the top. Awesome. Snip it off, which, as someone mentioned, I've got plenty of snips Since every 3D printer practically comes with them. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to do a little cable management here on this side. Okay. X-axis stepper motor cable. No, this one's not even plugged in. Okay, we're doing the X-axis motor over here now. Apparently I need another tie. And I'm going to tie that. Oh, there's already a tie over here. All right, hey, thanks for the subscription. Whoop, whoop. I'll take that in here. Tighten that down right there. It's an interesting one not to include since it wouldn't have actually gotten in the way to actually go ahead and done that. But there we go. And then another one on this side. They want to go ahead and do a cable tie at the bottom of this. Acting like there's a hole here somewhere to do a cable tie. Just between the links. I'm not actually seeing where they think that I can do this. Yeah. I'm not seeing a cable tie location here for these. I guess I can just take it around. Maybe that's what they did. Just take it all the way around. Okay. So I'm going to add a cable tie here to the bottom. Oh, Astro Printer says it's 17K party time. I'm going to check it in a minute, but stay on target, stay on target. So that one's good. Okay, that one's good. And we're going to do another one up near the top of this one. I do like all the cable management because I've actually complained with other manufacturers not telling you really how to do their cable management. So I give Ortur and Gil in particular here credit for taking the time to explain to us how we should properly do cable management to make sure our cables don't get in the way. All right, that's good too. Next up, this one, I'm assuming. Looks like we've got okay. We kind of push these off to the side. Trying to figure out where we're supposed to actually push those. And then we're going to a couple more cable ties. Well, they included them all with it. I can at least say that nothing is missing. Right. Okay. Boop, boop. Cut these off. All right, so that I'm pretty sure just hangs there, and it does go to the full extent without getting tangled up, so that's great. This is a nice stiff cable here, so no problems there. Souvenir washer, is that what you're thinking? And whatever these are for? It's funny, I don't know what these were for. Maybe if Gil shows back up. There you What are these for, Gil? That was you saying that. What are these for? Is that for holding it to the table? Is that what those bottom holes on the feet are for? Is bolting it down? Oh, cool. Don't think anyone does it. I doubt it, because you know, one of the things I was thinking of was, like, one of the things I love about a machine like this, number one, it's a good size machine that I really... Did I do all my washers? Okay. It's a good size machine, but look at this. It's light. I would never want to bolt this to a table because I love how light it is. And when I'm done with it, I don't have to take up a whole table with it. I can take it over somewhere and, you know, carefully on the back. Yeah. Do like this. Set it somewhere very carefully, like I said. Figure out how I can set it somewhere and put it out of the way. All right. So, Gil, I think I'm about good here. Your new instructions were fantastic. I didn't read everything, like you said. I followed the pictures. So I think I am good. There's nothing about, let's see, final inspection. Take a moment, final inspection. Ready to power up. We have reached consensus. All right, let's go ahead. I want to plug it in. Smoke test time, right? See what it's going to do. Oh, what was that? All right. Let's do it. So I'm plugging it in to my trusty bench power supply. Is there not a power switch? And just go with it? Does it have Z-adjust? No, this one doesn't come with a nice add-on kit. Gil, you can get them to send me an add-on kit for that Z-adjust. This one, but it's not hard. I mean, it's got a little thumb screw. You screw the thumb screw and you raise and lower it. It's really easy. So no complaints with just how the standard one works at all. It's fine. All right, let's plug it in. I'm not going to see anything, obviously, because it doesn't have a screen or anything. That's pretty much it. It does have a power button, but it looks like it's just on already. I've got a blue light. I'm going to turn on I'm going to do my safety glasses. I haven't done anything yet. Let's get my USB cable that it came with. To your point, though, you know, I will put them on in case something were to short out here. Let me look stylish. In case something were to short out here and the laser were to cut on, and I didn't want it to. So at least for the initial plug-in here, I will at least make sure that I'm being safe. USB. You know what? Let me turn it to where you can see what I'm doing. I think this USB cable is long enough. So there we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. So power up here, USB up here. All right. Let me get all of my screwdrivers out of the way real fast. All right, I'm going to plug in the machine to the computer, and we're going to see, hopefully it doesn't do anything. ideally. All right, USB plugged in. Nothing has occurred. All right, I'm going to take off my glasses for the moment. Let's go ahead and so it's going to suck just a little bit. I'm trying to figure out what to do here because my screen share is not cooperating. Give me 1 second. So otherwise, let me move things around. Maybe I can figure it out. And then we will get going. I'm going to bring up my LightBurn here. Do I already have LightBurn running? Nope, I don't. Okay. And I think I've got this to where I can. So here is there's the screen share. So that's my LightBurn. I'm going to put my glasses on and we'll see if it's communicating. Did it actually first things first, let's bring up Device Manager and see if we have a COM port. I didn't actually hear it detect it. Okay, press the power for 5 seconds. Let's do that then. All right. Close up. Let's do it. Power. Oh, there I hear it. Now we're setting up that virtual COM port. Was it supposed to home in 2 directions? Or just one? What happened? So it's COM 6. And look, I'm going to go ahead and switch to the screen share. Notice it actually does see it. Flame detector active. Ambient infrared value is this. So it already has that figured out. Awesome. Check the stepper cable connector. Will do. Stepper cable connector for the X-axis. Oh, you know what? I think check your instructions and see if it actually said to plug in the X-axis motor. I don't think I saw it. I may have missed it. So it's not on you yet. I'm just telling you to check that because it did not home yet. So let's do that again. Let's redo that home. I assume if I hold it down, it'll reset. I may be wrong. Nope. Okay, I'm going to unplug it. Plug it back in. Turn on the power. There we go. I hadn't plugged in the X motor yet. Fantastic. No, my X motor was not plugged in yet, so I had to plug in my X motor. But that's not a big deal. Like I said, easy to figure out. I should have caught it. Nothing is bowed. Everything's level. It's just the camera. Everything looks good. Okay. So, are we ready to burn something? So let's do this first. I'm going to screen share. Let's go ahead. I'm curious to know if, let's do this. Close up again. Can I move this? Okay, no locked motors. I want to see, I'm going to press the home button inside of LightBurn to make sure that it is communicating properly. I'm going to hit home. I got nothing. Home. It says OK. Go to origin. Nope, those aren't doing anything. What do I need to set up on LightBurn? LightBurn is not. Oh, I have to actually set this freaking thing up. I forgot. Device. Find my laser. Let's see if this works. Scanning. Make sure that it actually still found the device. So I do see a USB device COM6. Let me go ahead and show you what I'm seeing. All right. So it is not letting me add this. If anyone wants to jump in here, this is, I set up the EQ maker in this, and that was a pain in the butt. So I went in here and I tried to say find my laser. It's not finding anything. There's nothing in the list. I don't know actually what that's supposed to do. So let me create manually. What is the laser control? I assume it's Gerbil, but which one? In front of the device button, drop down. It's not showing up. In front. Okay. So devices, manual, just regular Gerbil, next, serial, Gerbil, X 400, Y 400. Let's call it what it is. It is the Laser Master. Let's put a brand with it. Ortur Laser Master 2 Pro. Next. It is front left is correct. Auto home is good. Yep, auto home is good. Okay. I'm going to say next. Finish. Looky there. Okay, I'm going to say okay. Now I've got COM6, and now I've got the Ortur. There we go. Oh, now it's homing. Beautiful. Okay, so let's try that again. I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to press the home again, and there we go. All right. Beautiful. Okay. Now, I've got some different materials here. I obviously have this little piece of wood it came with. Should I just do that to begin with? So I've got the little piece that it came with here. This thing is only 9 by 5.5 centimeters. If I align it at like 0, 0, which I could do with my ruler. The good thing about doing this on a board is then you could draw out your ruler, or actually I would laser out the ruler onto the base, right? I assume that's what people do, is just laser the ruler onto the big piece of wood, right? Is there a camera on the laser? No, at least not yet. Maybe before I'm done. I can get closer. I mean, we can always go to the top shot. But I think this one's probably going to be better. I'll get a better shot of it before we go here. Let's work on that. There we go. And then we go boom. And boom. And zoom in appropriately. There we go. Okay. Okay. So what do we want to do? Let me find real quick. I'm going to bring up something. You don't need to see this anyway. Let me bring up this in my file system, something that might be appropriate for something this size. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. All right. I got something that may work. I'm going to actually turn the printable area to something okay. Okay, so we can do this centered. Let's do this now. Let me go ahead and switch back to the screen share. So here we go. I have an Avengers logo. Because some people on the channel may realize I'm kind of a fanboy. Now this, though, I only need to be no bigger than this little board that I have. And again, I said that little board was 9 by 5.5, so it can't be bigger than that. And I'll be able to just move it to the middle. Actually, there's better lighting in the middle. So the Avengers logo, and again, this is an SVG file. How do I tell how big this is? Oh, there it is. Okay, so that is in millimeters. So, how big do I want it? Height, 5.5. So I can come in here, right here, and put 50. Okay, so everyone's going to have to be a little patient with me because this is new to me. So if I do this, and if I then come in here, and so there's two types of framing. There is this frame, trace the boundary with the laser head, beam disabled. And this one is trace a rubber band boundary with the laser head, beam disabled. Speed is taken from the move. I don't really know what the difference is there. Okay. So I need to set See, Gil, I need to get you on a call here so that you can walk me through this. I've used this a couple of times, but I'm still a newbie at it. There's the cuts. This is going to be painful to everybody else. Do I just pick a strength down here? Or is that the color? I think this one. go edit, device, enable fire button, okay. Edit, device settings. Excuse me as I move this over where I can see it. Enable laser fire button. And then, okay. Anything else I should do in here before I move on? Gil, any other settings I should change before I move on? Just say okay. Okay. And launch LightBurn again. So turn it off. No, I can redo that. And I'll open up LightBurn again. LightBurn. Okay. All right. And now let's open up my file again. All supported. That was the one I used last time. Go in here. Okay, there's the height. Width. Width 50. Okay. Oh, I missed it. Now what we doing? Okay. Once done, press OK, then close the launch LightBurn again. That's really all there is. Now the laser panel, go to Move Panel. Oh, move. Okay, gotcha. Alright, now what? I want to let you walk me through this, Gil, because like I said, okay? We're all learning together. So if I'm boring you or frustrating you, I apologize, but we all start fresh at some point in time, and I hope you guys appreciate that. So while the laser panel change in front of devices from, oh, okay, sorry about that, yeah. There we go. Now it's moving. Okay. So it homed. I am going to kind of move this to the center, I think, because I think it's going to be a better shot. So let's move that there. Come out a little bit. I hope that other people can learn from this as well. Like I said. Notice on the move panel you have a fire button set 1% in the little box behind. Okay. 1% done. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I'm working on a piece of wood instead of a table. This is not my tabletop, luckily. All right, what are we going to do now? You can keep typing, Gil. I'll just follow along at my own speed here. If I screw up, you can correct me. Now, laser panel. Laser panel. Oh, the laser panel at the bottom. Start from user origin, got it. Change that to absolute coordinates. Done. Okay, now press shift on your keyboard and press the frame button. We'll tell you where to put the little wood blank. All right, shift. And where is frame? Shift. And this frame. Ah, I see. All right. Let's go back to the wide shot so you can see what's going on. Or there we go. I'm going to press it again. Ah, thank you for that. Now, it did the laser the first time, and this time it's not. So why would that be? I'm going to reset this to 1 maybe, and then hit shift and frame. There it goes. I don't know why it's... There it goes. Loving it. Perfect. All right. So I assume I need to set my height here on my laser. So that's going to involve the little piece of metal that it came with. So other things you might want to do is change edit settings millimeters per minute instead of millimeters per second. Okay. Edit. Settings. Millimeters per second to millimeters per minute. Okay. Done. Yes, set the focus point with the gauge. All right, let's see how to do that. So where does this go under? Where am I going to put this under? Is it under the diode? Or do I assume it's under the diode? So if I set that right there, and on top of my material, and then I lower it down on top of it. So is that correct? So it's sitting, that piece of aluminum is sitting between the diode and the material. Is that correct? Material in the body of the laser, not the lens, all right? This is why I ask questions. All right. Okay, so body. Perfect. Okay, done. Let me hold my material, get rid of my piece. That sticks in here. Okay, close that back down. Okay, so anyone wondering, yes, I'm wearing my glasses the whole time. Everyone, I'm wearing my glasses the whole time. Just look here. Ooh, glasses. All right. Well, that wasn't hard. I know you're saying the Z add-on is great, but that's really easy too, though. So good on them for making it easy even without the add-on. All right, so I want to go ahead and ask you, so I've got your little sample piece of wood in here. How do I set my strength, and what should my strength be? So I know if I set this too strong on this little piece of wood, I'm probably going to end up with a cut around the outside. Go to the Cuts and Layers tab. Okay, I see. Astro printer is saying 30% should be good. Layer, speed and power. There it is. So I need to set a speed and a power. So what's going to get me through this very quickly on this stream so I can wrap it up and tell you how awesome that this has all been. Two more at 80% at 6,000. Let's do that. Sounds awesome to me. So 80% at 6,000. Mode is line. That pretty good then? And for anyone else wondering, let me go ahead and state that I am in my garage. I have an AC that is ventilating to the outside, and if I need it, I also have an overhead air filtration system. So just letting everyone know that I am set up to handle this type of work correctly. All right, so we're good. All right. All right. Yes, looks good. So at this point, do I just hit play? Is that all that's left? All right. So play's the right button though, right? When I'm ready. Or no, start. No, I don't have a start. Okay, so I assume it's going to be, yeah, start, the play button. Okay, we're good then. So I'm going to do exactly as suggested to me. Let's go back to my close-up shot. I am going to frame it up one more time. So there you can see, let me see if that helps you see it a little bit better. Maybe that's going to make it worse. I'm trying to show you that it is actually much tighter. You can't see it any better. All right, that's good. So that's good, right? All right, I'm going to get you closer before we start because I want you to see you guys have waited a long time for this, and I can't thank you enough for sticking this out with me as I'm learning, as Gil has been here to help me out. I can't thank him enough for his time because, as he said, this is dinner time for him, and it is a Sunday. Let's do it, right? All right, so it's not centered for anybody. All right, let's do it. Let's hit start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's bright, and it's done. That's what you guys all waited for. Oh man, that was it, and it's sharp. That's fantastic. Oh man, that was it. Let me show it to you. Look at there. 3-second print, and we have an Avengers logo. That is a speedy, crisp print. I mean, it's actually incredibly crisp. I would have gone a little bit probably higher on the boy, I've got too many things on this monitor real quick. Give me a second. Check that out. I'm trying to make this where I can see it as well as you can. So here we go. Check. The crisp edges, those nice lines. That would have been terrific to actually cut out completely. and then mount somewhere or maybe cut something around it. But that was it. That's how fast that works. I can't say, I mean, that's quite the powerful laser, because that was really freaking fast. Now I'm ready to try out, of course, more. So that was awesome. Yeah, I would have done a little bit more power, a little bit sharper. I could do one more at a higher setting. So if I went back and got that off of there, because that's not helping anybody. And if I changed the cuts and layers, change this, go up to 100%. Gil will tell me if I'm going to mess anything up by going full tilt on this laser. Gil says 500 millimeters per minute at 100%. Okay. That's good to know. I was wondering if there was like a duty cycle thing. So he's saying to do 500 at 100. Will I cut through it at that rate? Okay, so let's do 500 at 80, because that's quite a bit less than what we started with. Because you told me to do 6,000. I don't necessarily need my table etched also. So we originally started out at, what was those original settings? What do we do, 80 at 6,000? 580 will cut. Yeah, I figured that. Let's just do, where do we get if we go half as speed? Let's just go, I mean, we're just experimenting here. It doesn't matter. Yeah, let's do that. That's exactly what I was thinking, Gil. All right. So again, let's do one more. We're going to go to the close-up, because that's garbage. And the camera was not prepared for the blinding light there, because I don't have it on auto exposure, I don't believe. Let me turn it on auto exposure this time and see what the camera does, because I'm curious. I have an auto ISO. Auto ISO. All right. I'm curious to see what the camera is going to do this time. All right. Glasses back on. I am now going to do the frame. Okay. Perfect. All right, let's do it. Let's burn stuff. Oh, that's nice. It's a beautiful smell as always. Done. All right, glasses off. And let's compare the two. This is half the speed, as you saw. And let's get a little bit closer up. So here's the new one. I like this one. It is, I think, a nicer, I think it's a nicer etch. Yeah, that's a lot cleaner. So there's that side. There's the faster side, which just doesn't look quite as polished. And then that side, which is mwah, super clean. Definitely a little bit of an edge to it. What you think? Beautiful. Okay. These are going really fast. I'm going to take one more here. So that was both sides of that one, which I'm pretty happy with. Now if we go and do one more. No, I'm not going to sand that one. I'm going to leave those the way they are. But let me pull this back over here. Let's do a screen share. Let's try one more. What if we bring in something like that? Yeah, that'll be fine. What do we think about that? Do you think that'll do pretty well? Okay. So drop the speed to 1,000. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to go to the cuts, take this, drop the speed to 1,000. What max power on this one? Different beast, that one. Image mode, yep, I agree. Jarvis or Stucky, 3,000. And 70. I know you're guessing, and keep in mind, Gil's helping us out here. Image mode equals Jarvis, which is, you know, perfectly in line with what we should be doing with an Iron Man logo, right? All good there? Anything else I should change on the screen? Looking for an OK from Gil and Astro Printer, since apparently they have the expertise here. Apparently some other people do. All right, we're going to go with it. Okay, I know this one's going to take longer, but it's pretty small. So let's go ahead and frame this one up again. If I cut on my table here, but I'm just keeping in mind that the sides of this image are actually blank. So I don't think we're actually framing to the sides of that. Okay, where's the estimate on here? No, I don't think I have to worry about the image. Keep in mind, my image is coming all the way out to here. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing you. The image is coming all the way out to here, but the height is the one that, you know, I don't think... Gil says smaller too. See, I was thinking that the image was actually coming out to here, and so this is just blank. So I don't think it's going to actually burn off the wood. I'm trying to get most use of the wood as possible to make it kind of bigger. But if everyone's not sure, we go a little bit smaller. Let me frame it up one more time. I think it needs to move over a little bit to the left. All right, that's much better. Okay, so where's the estimate on here that will show me how long it should take to run? I don't want to keep anyone longer that doesn't want to stick around. Alt-P. Oh, there we go. It's a little dark. I don't know if that has any bearing on what it will actually look like. So, what, 5 minutes and 52 seconds? Is that what we're looking at here? Oh, I don't have it on the right screen. Sorry about that. Here we go. So I don't know if that dithering that they're showing me, it doesn't know. Okay. So 5 minutes and 52 seconds. This shouldn't take that long. While it's burning, I can do the filament giveaway. And we'll do that. Everybody good with that? Filament giveaway. We do about 6 minute dithered print, or dithered print. Well, it's a print. It's on something. Dithered burn, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm just going to hit play here, and it's going to go. So I'm going to hit close up, and let's hit start. Oh, wrong start. Haha. Hit play. Oh, never mind. That play is not the right play. You gotta hit start. Boom. That's speedy. And you're not going to be able to see that a whole lot, I don't think. Okay, there we go. Okay. Is the filament giveaway international? I'm going to offer what I've done before, which is if you're domestic, I will send you one of my own spools of filament. It'll be something random because I'm not going to dig through it right now. So I'm going to randomly pick a unopened spool of filament that I have sitting around. And if you are domestic, I will send it directly to you from me. If you are international, me and you will work together to find somewhere local to you. And oh, I didn't know that. CNC Maker says I could burn the camera lens too. That's good the shield's there. Well, thank you, Ortur, for having a shield there so I don't burn my lens up. Awesome. Okay, so anyway. No, I know what you meant. Yeah, the actual part that actually picks up the light. Understood. Okay, so as I was saying, if you're international and you win this, then if you're international and you win this, I will work with you to find somewhere local for you to purchase one, and I will send you a gift card or something along those lines. If you are domestic, I will send this to you directly. So let me go ahead and get the Google form ready. And let me go ahead and I've got to duplicate this one. Make a copy. What's today's date? Today is 6/13. Okay. All of the usual information. I'm going to be asking for your name, your email, your YouTuber name, country to ship to, and you can leave me a comment if you like. I always read the comments, and I do appreciate all the nice things that you have to say there. If you have something hateful and awful to say there, I'll read that too. But it's also a good way for me to figure out who, doesn't want to view my YouTube channel anymore. I kid, honestly. All right, let me send this form. I am going to create a link. I'm going to shorten it because those are long. I'm going to say copy. And of course I need to remember to turn this on this time because I am accepting responses. And this is wonderful, by the way, doing this in glasses. I'm just telling you guys. Where is my YouTube? There it is. I am sending the information right now. Thank you, everyone. Oh, you know what? I didn't even check on... Let me make sure that I hit 17,000 like everybody said I did. 17,001. Thank you all so very much for the love there. 17,001. I've been waiting for that to turn over for way too long, to be honest. So let me go ahead and send that form to you. 17,001. Woot. And here is the enter the giveaway. Again, it's just one spool today. It's coming out of my own stash. I'm happy to do it. If you're domestic, you'll get my stash. If it is international, then if it's international, I will work with you. I'll just need your email. There we go. By the way, it smells fantastic in here. Absolutely fantastic. And I mean that. I love the smell of burning wood. Who doesn't? So send those over. This is going really fast. I can't even... you know, Gil, I can't thank you enough for joining this live stream. Obviously, without you, I would have been really fumbling about here. So you were a real lifesaver. So make sure you get that raise when you go back to work tomorrow, because you earned it. This live stream has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed building and using this machine today. So I appreciate it. Let me go ahead. I'm going to change this. By the way, I'm about to switch this over to the giveaway as the pinned post. There we go. We're almost done. But I'm about to switch this over to the pinned post. Obviously, if you are interested in purchasing one of these Ortur Laser Master 2 Pros, the link is in the description. And it has been, actually, like I said, it's been a pleasure using it. It's gone really well. I can't wait to use it on a lot more projects, because this is what I've been wanting one for. It's for my shop, because I haven't had one. The glasses are coming off. I will give you a close-up of this in just a minute. Again, yep, absolutely, Gil. Again, thanks again. I will be in touch, and let me go and give you a close-up of this one, because I think you might want to see it before you take off, although I'm guessing you've seen a laser etch or two. This one definitely could have been darker, but I guess you start light and kind of work your way up. I always have to switch this over. Hopefully everyone is entering the contest. Yeah, I definitely needed a little bit more power on this one to give it a real depth. But given that I chose a pretty dark image with some very subtle gradients, this actually turned out really well. I'm happy with it. I'll go a little bit slower next time to bring it out a little bit more. But that looks really good. Let me know your thoughts. All right. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. There we go. There we go. I'm going to leave that in the lower right. It looks good. What depth can it cut? I'm going to let Gil answer it if he's still here. I don't have a... yeah, this one's really nice. It actually looks better in person, by the way. It actually looks better in person, by the way, than it looked on camera. It actually has a better gradient to it than the camera was able to pick up. So, Gil, you can talk about depth if you can real fast. I think it's pretty much, you know, before it burns. You can keep going. Cutting depth up to 5 millimeters is what Stefano's saying. 5 millimeter ply is easy. MDF is a bit harder. Air assist gives you an extra 2 millimeters. There we go. Keep it from catching fire. All right, for safety first, I'm going to go ahead and unplug the power so I don't have to worry about it doing anything. And I'm going to give everyone 2 minutes. At 6:20, I'm going to draw for the filament. And again, this is a huge thank you to everyone that has subscribed during this stream, and all of you that have been subscribed from way back when. I know a lot of people that attend my streams have been subscribed for a long time. I know David Wilson here, he's been a Patreon supporter of mine since, I don't know if he was number 1 or number 2, but he was like there first at my Patreon, so I can't say enough thank you to David for sticking through this with me. I've got a video I'm working on this week I hope you really like. It is going to be on the, it's sitting around here somewhere. Anyway, it's the H2 extruder. I got the H2 extruder video coming out. It's going to be on the Ender 5 Plus as usual. So I hope you stay tuned to that. And based on my results of the H2 extruder review, I plan on using it on some other projects as long as everything works out really well on it. So there'll be some more there. There is a kill switch on it that you could use to shut it off, I assume. And there's a on switch. I have to play with the switches a little bit, but just turning the power off seems to be the best solution here. All right, 1 more minute. Let me see, I got about 15 seconds. 15 seconds, and I will be ready to draw. Let me see how many entries we've got here. Oh, we got another subscriber. Thanks for it. I appreciate Blue Hill R1 for joining. Chris Travis asking, am I attending Murph? Not that I'm aware of as of right now. Kind of snuck up on me. So right now I don't have any plans of attending Murph. I will surely let everyone know if that changes, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. If IRF happens, I am trying my hardest to get to IRF if that happens. Yep. Everyone say hi to Mrs. Kersey Fabs. Mrs. Kersey Fabs is in the chat. That's Shelly Kersey right there. Say hi. And it is 6:20. Let me see how it's going. Thanks, Carl. Thanks for being here the whole time. We've got 35 entries. Does anyone else want to get in right under the buzzer? Well, actually, the buzzer's already happened. So I'm going to cut this off. If you haven't made it in, my apologies. I think we've had plenty of time. Turning off accepting responses. We got another subscriber. Thank you very much. Portable heat. I think that's what it said. It was on the other screen. All right, we are ready to go. I am going to go ahead and grab all of the YouTube names. I've got 35 entries again. 35 people want a chance at winning some filament. Let me bring up a wheel of names. And I'm going to put everyone into this, making sure it looks accurate. JK. Yeah, I think we're accurate here. I'm going to pull over some of my stuff, and then I'll move this one over here so that you can see it. Let's do a screen share. I think we're good. Yes, yes. I'm going to shuffle a few times. Give everyone equal chances. So shuffle, 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 shuffle. Everybody ready to go? Let's do this. Thanks, Gil. Gil's heading off. Everyone tell Gil thank you for his services tonight. He's been fantastic. Give him and Ortur a big thank you for being a part of this. And congrats to Jeff Hutchins. Good job, Jeff. You'll be getting an email from me. Let's go back here. All right, so Jeff, show me that you're still in the chat, please. If you'll give me a woot woot or something in the chat, I will know that you're still here. Oh, there's Jeff. Jeff told Shelly Kersey hi, so that's good enough for me. I saw that just a few minutes ago. So, again, it's been a fabulous stream. It went way longer than I expected it to, but given the results, I can't complain at all. It's been great. So I ended up with, I'm sure you can see here in the lower, I'm going to leave these right here. People can see that I was safe the whole time. Thanks, Bryce. Thanks for joining. As people can see, I got my Avengers logo. I got my Iron Man. Awesome. They both turned out really well. I'm really happy with it. I really do think that the upgraded features here are fantastic. The chain that they've added, the construction being all metal, and the laser itself is fantastic. I love it. So I've got a lot more. I've got a lot more things I want to test this on, and I definitely want to test the new roller adapter that I have here that I hope to assemble soon and figure out how all this gets connected. You'll definitely be getting a review of this unit, and again, all with Gil's help. Gil, please, if you're still here or if you rewatch the end of this, good job on the documentation. And I can't wait for you to be able to hopefully add a little bit of documentation, just like you walked me through here today, about how to get up and started with something like LightBurn, because it was easy to use. I just had to know the right buttons to click. So LightBurn was great. Again, I purchased LightBurn myself. This is completely unsponsored. LightBurn was $40. Like I said, I think their current plan is lifetime support for that $40. I've heard it's going to go up when they hit 1.0. All right, so I guess that's it. Thank you all for joining me. You have been absolutely wonderful as usual. And let me see, I'm trying to find the right window so I can shut this down properly. There it is. There's my live stream window. And here we go. So again, thanks again. This has been Kersey Fabrications, and I appreciate you watching. I will see you next time, and I'm doing my best to get a video out this week. I'll see you later.